what you got.
So I know I've been gone for a mighty long time. 10 months to be exact. And in those 10 months, I just kind of been, getting my shit together. I had a lot of shit happening that just added on to a lot of stress and anxiety. So I just kind of lay low for a little bit just so I can gather myself and get myself together. And now that I'm back, I want to tell you about all the shit that has happened to me in those 10 months. It's been crazy. Like, really crazy. Um, some good things, some bad things, some positive things, negative things, ups and downs of life, basically. So, the first thing I want to talk about right now is getting sexually harassed at work. So, if you guys don't know what I do or what I did, I was a security guard, and basically what I did was, work the front desk, make sure like people that are coming in the building that only live there, and if they're guests, like making sure that they're allowed to like go up, that type of stuff, like reception work, all of that. And the first place I worked at was a luxury apartment building, and that when I got let go there, they sent me to Skid Row. And if you're not familiar with Skid Row is an area of Los Angeles that is very like for low income people and homeless people who like really don't have nowhere else to go. You have people like that sleep on the sidewalk, sleep on the streets. You have these single room occupancy hotels, which most of them stay in. And that's where I was working now. So I was like completely out of my element. I was working at that the other place for a year and a no, yeah, a year, a whole year before they changed my building. So it was kind of different, working with like a whole different type of people because I was used to, you know, these type of people, and now I'm being thrown into like a rougher area, so to speak. And yeah, I won't lie, I was nervous as shit. I mean, I was nervous, like a little nervous when I started the job at the other apartment building, but I got used to it. The whole time I was working there, I never got used to that shit. Like that shit was it's dirty, it smells, the people are just all over the place. They have no self-control. So it took a lot to deal with all those people, but I did it. One memorable story was, like I said, being sexually harassed. Now, I told you what work I did, so it's graveyard shifts that I work. So it's a little quiet, not like really much going on, which leaves time for me to like do schoolwork if need be, or just read or whatever to make the time go by. So I was currently working on a screenplay and reading one of my books, and this guy walks in, and he says, now I didn't see him when he walked in, I just heard the comment that he made, and he said, "Oh, they got the pretty boy working tonight." And I looked up like real quick, like, what the fuck? I seen this, I was just like, oh, gave him a good look over and up, down. I was like, oh. And I just went back to what I was doing because I felt like that comment was a little bit inappropriate. So then he goes to his room or whatever, but then he comes back out to the lobby, I guess to, sorry about that. He comes out to the lobby or whatever to check his mail, like go get his mail or whatever, check his mailbox. And as he's checking his mailbox, like I noticed that he's sizing me up, looking me up and down, and kind of mouthing to himself like, "Ah," that type of stuff. That type of stuff that niggas do, men do, when they see a fine man, woman, whatever your preference, they do that. So that's what he was doing, and I was like, oh God, I do not have time for the antics. It's late night, it's graveyard, I'm tired, all of that. So, yeah, I was not in the mood for his foolishness. So, after he gets his mail, He comes up to my desk and he asks me if he can like sit down. Now in the lobby, it's kind of like, well, the in their building, because they're like income people, they have like a group dining hall, whatever. So like my desk is kind of in the midst of all of that. So he was like, can I sit down here? And I was like, um, I guess. Like, why are you asking me if you can have a seat? I mean, you definitely can't sit behind my desk or whatever, if that's what you were thinking, Hattie. Because, no. So I was like, whatever, like, sit down, like, don't mind me. And I went on about my business. And then he scooched his chair up to the desk. And he started making like random conversation with me, talking about, oh, what is that you're working on? I was like, oh, I'm working on this for school, that type of thing. Keeping my answers short and brief, hoping that he'd get the message that I don't want to talk. Okay? He obviously didn't get that message, because I don't know what message he got, but I never sent him no type of signal to where he can just rest his hand on my thigh. Like, he really like put his hand on my thigh and did it in a nonchalant way that was just like, oh, I'm just, yeah, my hand's on your thigh, like, yeah, what you gonna do about it? And I'm looking like, and he leans in, I guess he saw me look, and he leans in, I guess to not be heard, even though there was nobody there. But he was planning something. He was scheming, conniving in that little head of his. So anyway, he leans in and he says, I'm gonna be straight up with you or whatever. Like, I just want to have sex with you, like, really bad. Hold on. Pause. Rewind. Did you just tell me you want to have sex with me? Really? So, after he said that, I like pushed his hand off my thigh and I went on about my business. Like, I didn't feel like too much even acknowledging that at all. So, yeah. I went on about my business, like, you know what? If I ignore it, he'll just go away. He didn't go away. He continued with more graphic words, saying, I'm real serious, dude. Like, I really just want to fuck the shit out of you. Okay. That's all nice and all, and I kind of like tried to ignore it. His words kind of got more and more aggressive, and it brought me to a place that I just did not want to go back to. And so, like, I was kind of upset. Like, I really like sat there, like sitting there, like I wanted to like have a little breakdown, but I'm at work and I'm supposed to be working, so I kind of like held my composure. But he was still there, trying to urge me to have sex with him. I'm just like, oh my God, like, he really needs to go. So finally, he kind of like, I guess he sees like, I'm not replying. So he was like, well, if you want this, you can come and get this. I'm in room 108. So if you want it, come and get it. And he finally walked away. Now, when he left, now that's when I like, kind of like let my guard down and kind of like just had a little emotional moment, a little emotional breakdown or whatever. There's a fly in here and it's about to piss me off. This is the second time I've recorded a video and there's a fly in here. That's not cute. But anyway, yeah, there's a fly in here. But I kind of went off on a tangent or whatever. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, so he I kind of had an emotional breakdown or whatever, and not that bad, but it took me back to a place, like I've said, that I didn't want to go to before. And if you know me, or I'm not sure if I've stated in previous videos, but if you know me, then you know the situations. But that kind of like really scared me, because like I didn't know what this guy was gonna do. He put his hand on my thigh already, and he could do anything. He went from, they got the pretty boy working tonight, to I want to fuck the shit out of you. So that kind of like was like, whoa. So I called the person that I was dating at the time, to kind of like calm me down, because that's some like real heavy shit. Like that just creeped me out. Like I really did not. I really, if I could, I wanted to go home and just not work anymore. He was kind of pissed too. Like he wanted to come down there and come whoop some ass, but I had to tell him like, no, because I still work here, and yeah. But I just need somebody to calm me down. So he calmed me down and told me to go to when the manager awakes in the morning, just let her know, fill out a report, and just let them deal with it from there. So after he told me that, I was like, okay. He kind of calmed me down, so got off the phone with him. This motherfucker comes strolling back in the lobby, and I guess he really thought he was getting some, because he changed his entire clothes, like from what he was wearing when he walked in to something totally different. And he was like, you can tell he was just ready to get it on. But so yeah, he comes back up to me and was like, so what's the deal? You gonna come and get this? And I'm like, oh my god, like, can you please like go away? Like, I'm not in the mood for your shit right now. And like as he kept pressing the issue, the more upset I was getting, to the point where like I'm about to fuck you up if you don't get the fuck out of my face. Because he was just really taking it, like really taking it there. So he was like, dude, like I didn't mean, like, you just so sexy, and like I've been watching you for like the past 2 weeks or whatever, and I've been wanting to tap that since I saw you. It's already bad enough now. Like he's already like took it to another level, but now now it's just getting so serious, to like, you've been watching me for 2 weeks. Like I just been working here for like a month or whatever at this location, and like you've been watching me for 2 weeks. Mind you, I've never seen this man even cross the lobby before since I've been working there. So that also is kind of creepy, that somebody is watching me, like just watching me, and for 2 weeks, and I haven't seen you either. So yeah, it got there. Like I was really irritated, to the point where I had to really like get like all traded butch, like get aggressive on him. Like, you need to like really leave. Like he was really doing the fucking most. So I told him like, look here, I'm not interested or whatever. I don't give a fuck. And you need to like really get out of my face. Like, I didn't say like I don't give a fuck, because I'm on my job. But like I had to get like real serious and tell him like, you need to get out of my face, because I don't have time for your foolishness, and I'm not interested in any kind of STDs that you have to offer. So then after that, he kind of he was like, well, all right, or whatever. I didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I just kind of to let you know where I was coming from, or whatever. I said, yeah, that's fine or whatever. But like I said, I no. So then he left on or whatever, and I didn't see him again for the rest of that night. So the morning came, and I told the manager what happened, and I filled out the little report. A week later, I got a call from the supervisor of the building, and he explained to me that he talked to the guy, and basically, to sum it all up, the manager never directly told him what the issue was. He just said there was an incident involving a security guard, and that's when he said like a whole lot of shit came out. He was like, oh well, he came on to me, and da 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 da, he came to my room looking for a good time and all of that. And I said, he told me that. I said, no, he didn't. Now that right there, now I really wanted to go up there and whoop his ass. Don't you ever lie on me and jeopardize my job saying that I was looking for a good time. No, honey. I have more tact and class than that. I hold myself to a much higher regard than that. I would never, ever in my life, to gain a higher position at work or anything of that matter, do anything of those sorts. Because that's not the type of girl I am. How you doing? But anyway, Yeah, so the manager told me that, and I was like, wow, so this guy is really about to take it there and lie on me. So I'm worried that, okay, I just started here. I've only been here like a little over like a month, barely a month, a little over a month and a few days or whatever. Whatever. I was new. I had not worked at that building before, so I'm thinking that he would take his residence side over mine because like everybody is like workers usually tend to be the ones that sexually harass people. So that's what I was worried about. But the supervisor told me that we reviewed the cameras. I don't know why I didn't remember that we have cameras in the buildings, but he informed me that he was working through the camera. Hold on, one moment. Um, Sorry about that, child. I had to go deal with a little some. But where did I leave off? Um, Shit. Fuck. Where'd I leave off? Oh, so yeah, like there were security cameras or whatever, and I'm just like, they clearly got it all on camera of him harassing me from the moment he walked in, from the moment he came up to my desk. They even got him putting his hand on my thigh. Yes, yes, cameras work. So they got all that on camera. So they asked me if I wanted to like switch buildings or whatever. Like if it was like that uncomfortable for me to work there, then they would transfer my buildings or whatever. And um I didn't have them transfer buildings only because the place at that building was only temporary and I wasn't going to be there that much longer. So I was like, it's only going to be a few more weeks that I have to be at this building before they send me to another building. And I'll just write it out because I need my money. That's why. Ain't nobody gonna run me off like that, even though he almost did. But I gathered myself and dealt with that. So that's one of many things that has happened over the 10 months that I've been away. And this video's pushing 20 minutes, child. But yeah, so there's been other things that's been happening, even crazier and outlandish things more than this. So be on the lookout for that. Um, and tell me, like, have you guys ever had any experiences like that? Have you ever been sexually harassed at work, school, in public by a family member, family friend, or anything of that matter? Like, and how did you resolve the issue? Like, please let me know. So I want to hear your stories and things like that. So you can either leave those stories in the comments, or if you don't want to put those specific stories in the comments, then you can send me a message in my inbox, um, or email me. All my contact information is still on my channel. But yeah, so I got sexually harassed at work, and that was not cute at all.